Hey, how's it going?
Can I ask you something?
Yes, please.
Asking him for reasons, right? Like you wanted an explanation of like a definition of a trans person, right?
Sure.
Sorry, I'm no help on that. But I'm straight as an arrow. Like I'm quite old-fashioned.
You're not a help on that, or you're going to help on
I wanted to ask you something.
that? Okay.
What would be? Is it possible to give you a reason?
Of course.
So I guess like, what's the standard of proof?
I just want to hear what your definition is for it.
Oh, I don't have one. But I want like.
Isn't that interesting, though?
So I don't care. Like I personally think that people should be allowed to do whatever the fuck they like. I'm a libertarian.
Children too?
Within reason of what their parents say, but
Should children be able to sterilize themselves?
they're not able to.
That's what's happening.
I don't believe it.
So this is why we're here. Because people don't know this is going on, and it's so crazy that they don't even believe it's going on. And I don't blame you for not believing it. But I would like you to go home and just do 5 minutes of research. And just go into your favorite AI, for example, and say, are children being sterilized with puberty-blocking drugs and cross-sex hormones?
So I can like go down several routes with that. I can be like,
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
oh, I can go down several routes with that.
Okay,
So I've heard that argument before.
okay.
Ultimately, there is like issues of, do you trust AI systems? Do you trust the way the internet collates data? And you'll find that most people of a more sort of left-leaning bent will give you those arguments. But
What if I sent you a video from a doctor who works at a gender clinic where they admit that
oh,
they're
I've seen
sterilizing
this
children?
stuff. It doesn't especially bother me because I don't believe it.
Wait. So a doctor whose job it is
A doctor in a video
in a gender clinic.
that you've sent me because you have a vested interest in arguing to me.
So if I send you a video of Johanna Olsen Kennedy, for example,
I don't know who that is.
talking about, well, she's one of the premier gender doctors in the United States of America, who even just ran a study. She received $10 million in funding to do a study for several years. She then buried the study because she didn't like the results. But she's transitioning thousands of kids at the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. I've got all sorts of doctors on video admitting that they're sterilizing kids. And these are the ones who do this for a living. So would you not believe them?
No, I wouldn't believe it simply because, like, I don't trust your ability to feed me data.
What if you stumbled across them on the internet?
And that's like saying, what if you found it in a hole? It's like, I don't, like the internet is not an inherently trustworthy place.
So what if we walked into the gender clinic
Mm-hmm.
here in Sydney
Yeah.
and we read their consent form where it says they're sterilizing kids? Would that be good enough for you?
Okay, so who is presenting me? Is this you tailoring an experience to me? Or is it, am I being convinced by a fellow, like, because just to be clear, this
If
is
we
an
walk
issue I've
into the
evolved
gender clinic at the Children's Hospital here in Sydney,
Yeah.
and the people working in the gender clinic tell you that puberty blockers combined with cross-sex hormones are sterilizing kids, would you believe that?
Okay, you're kind of missing my base point, though. Like, because would
Isn't
I
this
believe?
fascinating?
Would I believe it?
What do
Yeah,
you think
sure,
of this,
I'd believe
Lois?
it.
What do you think of this?
Do you want me to believe you?
Oh,
Are we just trying to
are we
figure
still
out
talking?
Yeah,
what-
sure.
I thought there was kind of no point to talking
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh no,
Because
I still-
no amount of evidence
Right.
ever presented to you would cause you to acknowledge reality.
Well,
That's what you've been telling me
so
repeatedly in this conversation.
What I'm doing right now
Hmm.
is sounding like you.
How so?
Well, I started by asking you. What would it take for you to change your mind? So, like, I agree. Like, if we
Evidence.
Okay, so
Yeah.
and you want to change your mind to believe that. So sorry, evidence to prove that puberty blockers, etc., are sterilizing children, right?
I would like you to show me any evidence why it makes sense to be giving children puberty blockers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to find that because it's not about that. Because the people who believe, of which, because it's ultimately not about that. It's about letting people be happy and be who they want to be. And if you have a problem with that, then you're not going to find your answers here. You're not going to find your answers by interviewing people because
I got to tell you, I don't think I'm going to find any answer is right here.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
You're right. Because
Yeah.
it's a question of different priorities.
Yeah.
Your priority is about the sterilization thing, and
Well, it's
no
about a
one-
whole lot.
Yeah, fair.
It's the first of all, it's the message itself that a child might have been born wrong.
Yeah, fair. But you're going to find that most of the people you talk to, you're just going to talk past each other.
No,
Like,
I've been doing this for 4.5 years.
yeah.
I didn't just stumble out of bed today and come talk to you. You're about the 40,000th person I've had this conversation with.
Yeah, I get that, but and I think that's very fair. But simple fact is, there are more trans, queer, whatever you want to call it, people in the world now.
What's a trans person?
What is it?
Yeah.
That's not for me to say. It's not for you to say.
Hmm.
I don't actually care.
Is there such a thing as objective reality, I wonder?
Yes.
Yeah?
Does it matter to most
So
people?
then shouldn't we be able to define what a trans person is?
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does.
I don't know objective reality.
Okay, one last question for you, because this is fun and all, but
I'm having a great
I
time.
wouldn't mind carrying on. One last question. What do you have to say to the detransitioners who've been permanently harmed for life, who can't have children anymore, to the young women and girls who have lost their breasts as children and who have deep regrets, who were led down this route where they were told the reason for your discomfort in life is because you were born in the wrong body, so we're going to block your puberty, we're going to give you the opposite sex hormones, we're going to give you surgeries, and that's going to solve all your problems. And then they find this was a false promise, and they're even more miserable than before. Now they can't even have kids. What do you have to say to the detransitioners who've been harmed?
What do I have to say to them?
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say to them. That's not my people. It's not someone I'm responsible for.
Do you feel bad for them?
I feel bad for them, sure. I feel bad for everyone who regrets life choices.
Mm.
But I don't see why this is a unique issue.
I think they should have been allowed to do that to make those decisions when they're just 10 years old, 11 years old.
Should you be allowed to marry someone who is not right for you? Should you be
Not when I'm
allowed?
10.
Yeah, I know, but like when you're older, yeah.
But not when I'm 10. These children are making these decisions at an age where they can't decide what for breakfast.
So this goes back to the thing of like I already have said that that's an issue that I have never in my life been presented with conclusive evidence that that's a major issue. So I'm sorry, but you're going to hit a roadblock on that. And like I want to be open to it. Like I really do want to be open to listening to you on that. But ultimately, like I hit a bit of a wall on that. That all of the evidence that you're presenting does come from people of universally similar political views.
No. See, so, my man, you are so disingenuous. We sat here
know what?
and we went around in circles about how we could walk into the gender clinic here and you
Yeah.
could go talk to the people who are doing this to kids. That wouldn't even be good enough for you. Do you think those are the people walking in the same circles as me?
Well, you know what? I am disingenuous.
That's right.
I am.
I
And
know.
you know why that is?
Why's that?
Because I don't like your political views and I want to talk in circles in a way that gets you to say things that makes me understand how you think so I can better talk to you in future. But I think I'm not getting anything else done
He
here.
said
so thank
something
you.
honest.
Thanks for being honest.
He finally said something honest. He
Yeah.
told us he was disingenuous.
It takes me a while to get there, right?
It
I
sure
have to.
did.
Yeah, it has to. Because
Yeah.
how else am I going to get what I want?
I don't think you
Did
got
you
what
get
you
what you
wanted.
Wow.
You know, this is a true statement here. I have never had a headache in my life, but I almost just got one.